Hello, thanks for joining us for this latest video on Inavate TV. I'm joined today by Ross from LED Studio. Welcome, Ross.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So for people that don't really know you guys, it's not that many anymore really, because the first question is about LED Studio's really been picking up some real momentum in the last few years. What would you put that down to? What are the factors for that?
I think LED Studio as a business has been around for just over a decade, but the sort of founding members of the business have been in LED technology or LED display technology almost sort of from the start. Our owner, Rob Bint, is a designer of LED displays, and some of the reasons why we've been getting industry attention in most recent times is some of our more innovative products are different to what other people are offering. And the last two years, we've really focused on trying to inform people of some of those innovations, and why perhaps people should be looking at different technology offerings rather than just buying the same old stuff that they've been buying for a long time. So that's probably one of the reasons why. And secondly, it's about education. The LED display space is quite confusing, and so we like to try and make sure that we educate our customers in what they're buying and why they're buying it. And I think that's probably one of the main reasons why we've got a lot of attention in recent times.
Yeah, there's a topic of sustainability is very hot at the moment in the AV world. And obviously, when you talk about sustainability and LED products, maybe it's not the most natural mix and it hasn't had the greatest reputation in the past. I just wondered what LED Studio can do to help integrators who are getting requests from their clients for more sustainable products.
Yeah, I mean, so our sort of heritage, or the LED Studio's heritage, is in the outdoor market, and one might argue that the outdoor market's lagging behind the indoor market in terms of trying to be more sustainable. I mean, the first thing you can do is look at energy consumption. That's probably one of the biggest things, and that's what a lot of manufacturers are looking to try and address with COB technology. It's a far more energy efficient pixel technology than perhaps the more legacy SMD displays. But that's not the only thing that we as manufacturers should be looking to do. For example, our Edge series product, which is probably the product that we're most well known for, the design of that is trying to reduce, first of all, the raw material usage, so the amount of metal that's used. The amount of weight is obviously a big thing, because the more weight, the more infrastructure you need. And then secondly, the amount of electrical components inside of that. So that's the first step that we should be looking to take. And then the next step is, how can we future-proof these products? Because let's be honest, the technology industry is probably one of the worst industries for, once it's out of date, we throw it away, which is a real shame. And in LED displays, that isn't necessarily needed. The internal components are all interchangeable, and a lot of them are they run for a long period of lifetime, power supplies, etc. And so we wanted to look to see how could we create a product where, if, for example, the client wants to change the pixel technology, so the bit that you see, or upgrade in resolution, or maybe relocate a screen that's 5 or 6 years old and improve it, how could we allow that to happen? And that's why we created the V1 architecture, which allows clients to either choose between 3 different pixel technologies at the start of the process, tailoring that display to maybe a high bright indoor environment or a boardroom or retail space. And then if 5 or 6 or 7 years later they want to change that, can they retain the cabinets and the hardware that's inside and just change the front surface? And that's a real positive for us, and for our customers.
Yeah, it's great to hear guys like yourself are actually kind of being proactive in this. I really don't think there's enough of it in the LED market as a whole, to be honest. That's great to hear you're really pushing this forward. On to the final question, Ross. Obviously, you hinted at it earlier, really. The LED market is quite a crowded marketplace. There's new people joining it all the time, various levels of quality, obviously, as we know. With so many products on the market, do you think the quality of service from your LED suppliers become as important as a product itself when making a purchasing decision?
I mean, one could argue it's probably more important than the
Yeah,
product. It's making
great.
sure that you keep it running for the period of time that you've promised a client it will run for. Um, Certainly, there's been a move from lots of manufacturers to go down the route of all-in-ones. You know, that's simplifying LED off the shelf, and as far as the end user is concerned, it's just a big television that goes on the wall.
Yeah,
You can't really misspecify it, etc. But you know, the more modular based designs, custom sizes, etc., they're probably always going to remain quite complex systems, not just in terms of the technology, but how it's installed, how many players there are involved, architects, electricians, you know, lots of different trades that need to come together. And then when you're saying that that product could last for up to 10 years, you know, 100,000 hours or more, then maintaining it, repairing it, making sure that it remains as good as it did from day one to, you know, 7 years down the line, is there's a lot of moving parts in making that happen. And so, yeah, being able to offer a full turnkey service, not just in the design, the manufacturing, but also, you know, for example, consultancy on how that screen's going to be put together, how it's going to be mounted, how are we going to access it if something goes wrong, are we able to repair it in a timely manner, what level of spares do you need, you know, glue on board or pixel protection technology because it's at ground level. There's lots of nuances behind it. And if you can't answer all of those as a manufacturer or support them, then it doesn't matter if you're offering the best technology in the world if it's only the best technology for the first sort of year that it goes in. So, yeah, certainly offering the full turnkey service is very important when looking at these kinds of products. And it's one reason why we don't encourage people to necessarily go direct and buy a product because it's cheaper. Because, you know, a lot of the time that can come back to bite you later on down the road. So that's why companies like the LED Studio exist to offer that full turnkey offering.
brilliant. Thanks, Ross. It's a great update. Like I said, I think I'm with you. I think you are doing something different in the market and what is a very crowded marketplace. And you know, we've been keeping an eye on you for a good couple of years now, and I think we'll, you know, what you've just said on the video, I think we'll sort of kind of continue to do so as well. Ross, many thanks for your time. It's been lovely joining you for this video.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks for joining us on Inavate TV. Check out the website. There's plenty more videos. Bye-bye.